Okay, friends, let's move on. Next slide. After adapting to change, so next slide talk about some key terms in strategic management जो मैंने पिछली 3-4 लेक्चर्स में आपके साथ डिस्कस किए. The key terms used in strategic management. Competitive edge, you must aware of this concept. Competitive edge. Strategist is a new term for you. I will explain it for you. Vision and mission statement, in upcoming slides I will explain. Shortly, you must have an idea about vision and mission. In today's lecture, chapter number 1, I will discuss vision and mission shortly. But in chapter number 2, or in upcoming chapters of your course of strategic management, we will take vision and mission statement in a complete chapter, which is chapter number 2. External opportunities and threats, internal strengths and weaknesses, long-term objectives, strategies, annual objectives, and policies. So these are some common terms, dear friends, which are used in strategic management. And in your examination, the short question can be taken from this slide, that how can you explain the strategist or strategies or annual objectives and so on. So let's move on next slide for their explanation. So the next slide will talk about the strategic management is gaining and maintaining the competitive edge. So first of all, let me discuss with you about competitive edge. Competitive edge, dear friends, you must aware of this, that having an edge or having a priority on your competitor. So competitors are those people who are in the same industry. What you are selling, they are selling the same thing. They are your competitors. And how you are or your company is better than the competitor, other companies. So you may have an edge on your competitors on the basis of quality, that you have better quality than your competitors. You have better prices than your competitors. You have better designing than your competitors. You have better technology than your competitors. You have large scale than your competitor. So these are all, the reasons and things which can be used an competitive edge. In this course, what I am saying, that strategic management itself is an edge on competitor. That if a company have a department in their management who knows the importance of strategic management, and they develop their policies and the processes and the procedures according to the rules of strategic management, they have edge on those companies who haven't any strategic management department. So shortly I can say that strategic management is a source of gaining and maintaining a competitive edge on the competitors. So anything that a firm does specially well compared to the rival firm has the competitive edge. So achieving and sustaining for the competitive edge, what organization is supposed to do, that they continually adapting to change in external trends and events and internal capabilities, competencies and resources. So organization can have edge on the rivals or on the competitors if they can deal with change excellently. So those companies who haven't practiced, the strategic management, they must have a weakness, and those companies who are working and their department and their management is dealing change as a challenge, they will definitely have edge on their competitors. Secondly, through strategic management, you people know that those businesses, those organizations who have their complete and separate and comprehensive department of management, who can formulate strategies, implement strategies, evaluate strategies, and that capitalize those factors. So the probability is high that they must have edge on their competitors. So the good management team, the good employees, the good policies will definitely deal with change with more effectively, and they will definitely have edge on the competitors. This is simple. Let me move ahead. Another term which is commonly used in the course of strategic management, that is strategist. So strategist is the person, is the individual, is that manager who is doing what? That he will gather information, analyze information, and organize information. As I told you in earlier video lectures, in video discussions, that information is the most important and powerful thing, or you may say information is as working as an asset of company, important thing for company. So the gathering of information, analyzing of information, and organizing and then utilizing of those information is a very important and crucial job for managers. So those higher managers who work on this, that they are gathering information, getting information, analyzing those information, interpreting those information, they are known as strategists. And strategists are very key persons in organizations. Let me move on. Another on your slide number 25th, it's talk about vision and mission shortly. So vision, dear friend, vision statement is simply, I will explain this vision and mission in next chapter number 2 in detail. So today I'm just telling you about vision shortly. That vision is a statement which is, what do we want to become? So that is in fact the main source behind जिस पे कोई भी इंडिविजुअल, कोई भी कंपनी जिस स्टेटमेंट पे चलती है. जैसा कि लेट मी कोट यू एग्जांपल ऑफ पाकिस्तान. जब पाकिस्तान बना, एट द टाइम ऑफ formation of Pakistan, the vision behind the ideology of Pakistan was La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So that was the vision at that time when people of Muslims of subcontinent were struggling for forming Pakistan. So that is another thing, that after the formation of Pakistan, they forget their mission or vision and they change their policies and strategies differently. But the vision behind Pakistan was La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So vision is in fact, dear friend, is the approach where organization or where individual works. Okay, what is mission statement? What is our business? What I want to do? What our business wants to do? What are our priorities? What are the areas we will focus? And how we will achieve our vision is in detail, a little detail is explained in a statement which is known as mission statement. Clear hai? If you have any problem in these concepts, please ask me in questions. You can put me question in Google Classroom. You can put me any ambiguity in your WhatsApp group. you people are most welcome. I'm moving on next slide. And next slide, dear friends, talk about the external opportunities and threats outside the organization. There are a lot of things which can be converted into opportunities and which can be taken as a threat. So a short list is given here. Analysis of trends में economic trends, social trends, cultural trends, demographic environments, political, legal and government environments, technologies or technological you may say trends, and competitors. I will explain all these in upcoming slides, in upcoming chapters in detail. Or most probably you people are aware of all these things. If you have any ambiguity, please ask me. Okay, the next slide talk about, which is slide number 27, external opportunities and threats. An external opportunity and threats, dear friends, the basic tenet of strategic management is when we are forming strategy, what we are supposed to do, that we should do, that how can we take advantage from external opportunities. If our company is good, if management is good, if higher management is working up to the mark, if right people are sitting on right places, they have capacity, they have intuition, they have systematic analysis. So what they can do while developing, formulating strategies, that they will take the external opportunities as advantage, and they will try to avoid or minimize the impact of external threats. So the minimization of threats, that how can we reduce threats and how we can use the external opportunities in formation of our strategy. Okay, this is clear. Internal strengths and weaknesses, I told you, controllable activities performed especially well or poorly. Management needs to know. Determine effective relative to competitors, that how competitors are reacting on external threats and opportunities and internal strengths and weaknesses. So we, while watching, external and internal threats and opportunities, organization is supposed to monitor the policies and procedures of competitors as well. If you are not aware from your competitors, planning, the competitor will compete you. Okay, the next slide talk about internal strengths and weaknesses, and internal strengths and weaknesses can lie in all the functional areas in an organization: management area, marketing area, finance and accounting area, production, operation, research, development, management information system, and all other working departments in an organization. So in all those departments, definitely the strengthening areas are there and the weak areas are also there. So the higher management, the people who are responsible to develop the long run planning for company, they need to know the weaknesses inside the company in all functional areas, and they need to know the strengthening point in all these areas. So I'm moving on next slide. Next slide talks about the strength and weaknesses while assessing the internal environment. So how can you do this? Okay, on this slide, the question is, how can I do this? How this company will do this? So company can do this to sense the weaknesses or sense the strengths within the organization through internal factors. So internal factors are there, ratios, through ratios. So last year ratio or this year ratio, we can compare the results. कि last year इतने लोग काम कर रहे थे और ये results थे, facts and figures, ये profits last month के हैं, ये उससे पिछले महीने के हैं, ये इस महीने के profits हैं. तो उनकी comparison से ratios find out करके the organization can check कि कौन से एरियाज में वीकनेस आ रही है, सेल्स डाउन जा रही है, रिकवरी बेहतर जा रही है, इंक्वायरी पे इतने परसेंट जो है वो फाइन लग रहा है, तो इंक्वायरी में कहाँ पे वीकनेस आ रही है. सो थ्रू रेशियोज द हायर मैनेजर्स कैन फाइंड आउट द रूट काजेज ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स and they will move accordingly. They will develop the upcoming policies by keeping in view the weak areas and strengthening areas. So through ratios, dear friends, we can sense, we can find on the basis of facts and figures the weak areas in different departments and the strengthening areas of different departments. Ratios के साथ साथ performance measures are also is a source of measuring the performance. That how the company is moving on, what are the strengthening areas and what are the weak areas. So a good managers need to know his powers, his strengths and weaknesses as well in all different departments or in all the functioning areas of the organization. And then industry averages. So with, you can compare your company results with your competitor or with industry. This is for those company who wants to become the leader of the market. And if you are just follower, then the scene will be different. So industrial averages also is a source of finding the strengthening point of your company and the weak points of your company. So if the higher management is aware of the strengths and weaknesses of the organization, they will keep in view while developing their upcoming plans. Survey data, that you can conduct survey within the organization, you can do it, you can conduct it even outside the organization. Within the organization, you can conduct a survey that how many employees are happy with these policies. So you will come to know कि how many people are annoyed, कितने लोग जो हैं वो परेशान हैं इस पॉलिसी से. आपकी कंपनी में 200 बंदे काम करते हैं तो यू कैन कंडक्ट अ सर्वे कि कितनी पॉलिसीज़ पे कितने लोग annoyed हैं, या कितनी पॉलिसीज़ पे या किस पॉइंट्स पे people are have a better idea. So through these surveys you can collect data and you can come to know that what are the strengthening points and what are the weak points, and higher management on the basis of these analysis they can move better. And then finally the long term objectives, and I told you about long term objectives, specific results that the organization seeks to achieve and pursuing its basic mission. And long term means more than 1 year. This is simple. Move on next slide, dear friends. Long term objectives, when you have developed long term objectives, how they help the organization. Obviously what they will do, these long term objectives provide direction to people that how they should move, in which direction they should move. It's a helping tool. It's like a torch in a dark night. You are going somewhere and you haven't have any light, so it will become difficult. But when you have mission, when you have objectives, then you will definitely, if you have direction, the possibility on reaching to your desired position, the probability is high. So the objectives, in fact, dear friends, provides direction to employees, direction to the managers, or direction to the industry in totality. It's also aid in evaluation. It's helpful in evaluating the results. It's creating synergy among the departments. It's creating synergy of different department, different employees in chain of command, upward and downward. And synergy is really needed thing in any organization. If departments are not in synergy, if objectives are not in synergy, you can't find out good results. So objectives are providing direction, it aid in evaluation, it creating synergy, reveal priorities time to time, focus on coordination of the workers or the managers or the departments, and it provides the basic for planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling. So long term objective, dear friends, the setting of long term planning or long term objectives is really very much needed. Hopefully this is clear. वीडियो मेरी हो गई है 20 मिनट की, तो आगे मूव करते हैं स्ट्रैटेजी से. मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में आपके साथ बात करता हूँ जी. दैट्स डन फ्रॉम today's topic. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Allah Hafiz.